Hey, welcome back to Grow Moringa Farms. It just rained quite a bit out here. It's been raining for the last 2 hours, and the trees are looking pretty wet and they're limping over. And these ones definitely need a harvest. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on these raised beds and get the last few raised beds finished today. This was the first one that I cut back almost a month ago, if not a little bit more than a month ago, and they're really starting to pop out nicely now. These ones are coming back from a cut. So these ones were trimmed here, and everything that you see above that has been on the comeback. And so a lot of them in this particular bed are coming back from the stem. Oops. So let me see if I can actually get this one back up. Stand her back upright. And pretty soon, a lot of these, maybe even before the end of the year, could be shipped as mature trees, but I do like to send really thick trees for mature trees. So what's going to happen is they're going to die completely back over the wintertime, and the ones that come back from after the wintertime, those ones will be for sure mature trees. What I might even do here pretty soon within the next 4 weeks is actually replant a lot of these empty spaces, if any, with kale and lettuce, and really just kind of build out. These ones came back after 2 weeks. These ones are already bong, just popping. And a lot of them that didn't come back, what those are sacrificed for, say, like this big one. Look at this nice little lizard here. So what happens if they're too crowded, they will naturally end up just coming back thicker, and also they will sacrifice themselves. The ones that are really close together with any of the thicker ones, they will sacrifice themselves, and the energy is reabsorbed with the thicker one. Oh, this one's coming all the way in from the other side. Get that grass out of here. So wow, the fig tree is looking really good. Got some figs on her. Let's see, yeah, she's got some nice figs on her. Beautiful. Definitely will be able to harvest those pretty soon. I went ahead and was trying to keep this fig really short and compact. She was getting tall, but I want to be able to keep all my fruit trees or anything that I have in this area pretty short, actually. This is coming back. Just harvested this one last week. I mean, this is something that I can use for a mature tree probably by December. And the taproots are probably pretty big. Like this one definitely for sure could be used as a mature tree by December. So by November, these are really going to all die back anyways. November, December are going to die back anyway. So what I might do is in November, take some new photos of at least the current size of the mature tree offer, and then put them on sale. So I could honestly clear out all 9 of these beds, make a couple $1,000 in a couple days from, who knows how much is left over. I mean, I planted, like I said, like 30,000 seeds, but who knows what's really left. Maybe a couple thousand. Like, see these gaps here? I probably plant some kale. I just harvested this one yesterday. Harvested this one yesterday on film with you guys. A lot of these stems that they didn't catch, I'm just going to go ahead and catch really quickly. And we're just trimming tips. What that's going to do is it's going to allow these to thicken back up. Some of them might not make it. So even the ones that I'm trimming, they might not even make it, because if they're too close to other ones, like you saw, they might just end up sacrificing themselves for the greater good of the group, or the ones that are the closest to full maturity. It'll reabsorb those vitamins and minerals, and it'll die back, give that vitamin and mineral back to the soil, so that way the main one that is getting bigger and thicker will survive. So that's like the theory of forestry and trees. They sacrifice themselves. So I'm just going to set these down. I'm going to wash them before I bring them in to the racks. So we're gonna just start grabbing this one. This one needs to be cut back. I haven't cut this one back in a while, so I got my saw. You guys are hanging with me. Now we finally made it to the mulberry tree. This tree's got mulberries on it. Mulberries on mulberries. Awesome. I want to be able to eat some of these mulberries. Oh, look, they're already starting to color up, and they'll probably, with the cold, will probably really color up there. Usually berries are much more. So I'll be careful. There's black snakes every time I walk around here. There's freaking snakes out here. But I do like having black snakes as partners out here. So if it was a black snake, thanks, buddy. Every time I turn around, I feel like I'm looking at a black snake. The last time I saw the black snake was actually right here. And then I looked over, and then there was a bird, a dead bird over here, which is gone. Check out the turmerics. These are all white turmerics. So every time you pull one of those out and crack it open, it's pure white. It's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and just keep getting these cut back and focus, because I just got off my live. Today's members only live event was 2 hours. But it was great. We got to speak to some of the members in Hawaii. Some of the members in Hawaii joined us today. Got to speak to some of the members in Spring Hill. We had about 10 or 15 people on the call, members, that were able to hang out with us today. I didn't actually get a chance to send an email out in time. So usually when I send an email out, we get like 20 or 30 members in there. But I forgot to, not even just forgot, just been so busy with trying to get other things out of the way, and sales and marketing and advertising, that I didn't actually get a chance to send out an email today. But I'll try to get a newsletter out tomorrow, which will be Thursday. And then I'll also try to, every Wednesday at least, get the email out to remind members to come on in. So today's member meeting was really great. We got to catch up with a few members that we haven't talked to in a while. And I'm live for an hour, usually every Wednesday at 5 p.m. right now in the summer months, because it's just still really, really hot out. Today it ended up just raining. And it is starting to get dark earlier quickly. So pretty soon I'm going to shift the time to 8 p.m. I'm going to be shifting my live every single Wednesday to 8 p.m. And in that way, everybody on the West Coast can make the meeting, because right now, the 5 p.m. meeting is not really a good time for West Coasters, because it is when they are just driving home from work or something. It's 5 p.m. on the West Coast. But usually when I get to the 8 p.m. meetings, that becomes 5 p.m. But 5 p.m. Eastern here is, 2 o'clock. So mostly everybody's still at work. But what I do for the members is actually record the meeting, and the meeting is recorded, and I put that in the members area. So if you miss the meeting as a member, or you're just not able to make those meetings because maybe you can watch them later at your own time, you're more than welcome to watch the members only meeting. I have the recordings for you in the members area, so you can watch them. Great. So I'm just trying to harvest these at a nice height so that way they come back. The technical term for this is pruning, but someone mentioned today that I think on the bigger trees, this actual technique that I'm doing here is called pollarding, which I've heard before and studied a little bit of pollarding and what that means to produce a thicker, bushier tree. There's a technical term for that. It's called pollarding. And that's what I do here with a lot of my moringa trees to just get more material. I get these trees real bushy by cutting them back regularly. In this case, I'm also able to get a few greens for loose leaf tea. Getting your product to a first loose leaf is really important because it's the least amount of processed. Loose leaf. Let's see, what was that? Some sort of animal out here. Always something. Blows my mind. I love being out here in nature. I get to hear the rooster there. Wakes me up. Yeah, we out here in the country. There he goes. Sun up, sun down. He doesn't stop. And let's go ahead and just get in here. Wow, there's a lot of. Look at this. All of these tubers are just kind of poking up here, just at the surface. Wow, thousands of them. They might end up keep going and producing a taproot, and then producing another stem. Let me get this weed out of here. So I do training every Wednesday right now for the members, and I would love for you to come in. We have a sale right now on membership, one-time offer. Sale ends September 9th. Now on September 9th, we're having a members meetup here on September 9th. So, would love to see you come out firsthand as a member and get you some advice. We'll have a full day's worth of events planned here for the day. I'll be coming out with some more graphics over the next 2 weeks, really kind of explaining what our second annual members meeting will entail. And it'll be 12 hours open, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we'll have lunch, and we'll hang out, we'll talk, we'll gather, and we're going to meet. We'll see. I've probably already got about 10 members or so, 20 members possibly already on the RSVP list inside the members area. I created an event in the members area to remind everybody that they can come in on September 9th. Should be a really fun and eventful day, learning, meeting up, networking. It can be where you bring your products to test to see if it's good, get some critique on your labeling and your packaging. Whatever step you are as a member, I want to help you out, get some more sales. That's kind of what we were talking about today in the members meeting today. Was just, farmers are farmers. Sometimes they're not as salespeople, and we're trying to bridge that gap for them and to get them help, because farmers will be farmers and salesmen will be salesmen. It is what it is. And that's why I'm a farmer, and I kind of, being in the younger generation, have been exposed to technology at a young enough age to where it's not too out of my reach. Technology is not too far out of my reach, but I tell you what, man, I definitely struggle with technology. It's a lot. I mean, we're planning and posting, sometimes 10 pieces of content a day. I'm trying to get us to 30 pieces of content a day for organic reach. Some people unfollow us because we post too much. Some people are like, "You're posting too much. All I do is see you." And I guess that's a bad thing for some people, but I'm going to be ramping it up to 300 pieces a week, between TikTok, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I want to teach all of my members as an example that if they want to make sales, they've got to get on Etsy. They've got to get on eBay. They've got to get their products on Facebook Marketplace and, all the channels to sell, just like me, and also if you have a product that you can sell and it looks good and everything's, copacetic and registered with the right channels with your state, and you've got the proper labeling and everything, well then, yeah, maybe we can work further together and have a contract to buy your stuff. But I just don't want to promise that right off the gate, because I got to be able to see if you first can even produce a product. That's kind of like a catch-22, because like a lot of people are like, well, I'm not going to grow it unless I know you're going to buy it. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy it unless I know you can grow it. So where do you want to stand in that? I got to be able to see what you got. You've got to be able to go through the motions of planting a couple thousand trees, harvesting it. A lot of people that say this to me, they're not farmers. They're more corporate people, and they may have retired and they have hopeful dreams of wanting to be a farmer. And so they might not really know what it takes to, be out here every day, working the fields, and or also managing the right labor, because if you're not going to be the one doing the harvesting, which a lot of people hit me up and say, hey, I want to partner with you, but I don't want to do any of the work. Well, then who's going to do the work? And they're like, well, you. I might have done that in my 20s when I first started getting this thing going, but now I'm learning that I also have, my space that I'm really working, trying to get established. And I may not be able to actually personally, manage your property. But what I want to do is I want to teach you and give you all the tools that you need to farm and manage your property, and get you the education that you need to be able to learn what it takes to farm. So here we are, finally finishing out the last row. I got all 9 rows harvested finally. That took about 2 months between all the other harvests and rains and summer barbecues. There's always something going on to pull me out of the farm and go into the city. So many great things happening in Tampa right now. It's a beautiful place to be. Definitely love it. Beaching, summer beaching. I got a chance to go out to the beach a couple of times this summer, but I'm really honing in and focusing on this next phase before it gets cold, and that's to finish farming or harvesting out my field, keeping them short. We actually just had a comment on YouTube. He's like, how do I grow it indoors if it's getting tall all the time? And you just got to cut it. And I'll comment back to that person. But yeah, you can cut it at any desirable height. If it's getting tall and lanky, just bring it back. It will regrow and resprout. If it gets tall again, recut it again, and use the greens, because they'll just keep coming back and resprouting. Okay, I think that's it. It was a quick little harvest. You can see a lot of these I didn't even really, I got a chance to harvest them in like June, but this particular bed is actually a first year bed. This was the last bed all the way out here that I didn't have going last year. The other beds I had kind of going last year. This bed was never really fully developed until this year. April was when I fully got this bed together. And so being a first year bed, it might be still a lot of sticks down there that haven't really decomposed or made into soil yet. And so you can see that they never really fully came back. Considering this looks like this, and then this looks like this, something happened here, whether it was a fungus or probably a fungus that affected these trees, and they just did not really grow that well. So they're trying to come back. I'm sure once it dries up a little bit, this bed will really take off. The wood and everything down here is probably really well broken down now, and by this time next year, this bed will look like this. And even this bed was a fairly new bed, but something happened here. I'm not sure, but it's learning, and we're seeing, what works well and what doesn't. And really the key is just consistently cutting the trees back for health. So thanks so much for watching and joining us, and would love to see you in our live Wednesday webinars with me. So please sign up for membership if you can today. It's on sale until 9/9. You'll get a really great deal. And go check out the information and the details inside of my shop. Go to growmoringa.com. Please like this video and subscribe to the Grow Moringa YouTube channel. And I'll see you soon. Peace and love. Prosperous growing.